Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Orlando and I just want to say Happy New Year to everyone. We're finally out of 2020 and now it's 2021 and I'm doing a video on the market crash of this year of 2021. What do I think is going to happen? What's the likelihood of us having a real estate housing crash? Let's just make this video just straight to the point. Do I think that we're going to have a real estate market crash in 2021? The answer to that is yes. I would like to break this video down into two sections. We have residential and then we have commercial real estate. And I think they're very different. So let's just start with the residential portion. And I honestly, before we start with that, let me just say, I think you should listen to the whole video. Just don't listen to the residential part. Listen to the commercial part because there will be some gems in that portion of the video. So let's start with residential. Why are we going to have this market crash when it comes to residential? Well, what's happening currently with residential is during the CARES Act, there was this allowance for a forbearance agreement. If you don't really know what forbearance is where lenders basically allow you to push your payments, for about 3 to 4 months, and then you will have to pay all of your payments in that 4th or 5th month. But they're basically giving you 3 months or a certain amount of time where you don't have to make payments. And it's basically stopping your payments, and it does not, quote unquote, hurt your credit, things of that nature. Well, the problem with that is that there are individuals who took that opportunity because they either lost their job in the pandemic or, it was hard times, they were struggling making payments, whatever it may be. But they took that opportunity to do a forbearance agreement. Now, once they did that forbearance agreement, it put them in a bad situation. Now they have to make all of those payments at the end of the forbearance agreement. Let's just say it was a forbearance agreement where you agreed to make no payments for 3 months. On the 4th month, you owe all 4 payments. Now, what happens if you can't make all 4 of those payments? Well, the bank is going to say, well, hey, if you don't give us all 4 of those payments, we're going to foreclose on you. Now, that seems harsh, right? Because it is. But that was one of the reasons why I was telling individuals, please do not take the forbearance agreement because you still will have to come up with those 4 payments. Now, they were kind of doing some shady, shadowy stuff by telling borrowers, hey guys, look, we can always come to an agreement and possibly restructure your loan when you get to that 4th month. So don't worry, guys. They're not letting borrowers know that when you get to that 4th month, we're going to have to refinance your whole entire loan and we're going to have to re-underwrite you. And there's a possibility that you may not apply for the new refinance, which puts you out of luck and we're still going to foreclose on you. I believe that's what's going to happen in 2021. You're going to have a bunch of borrowers who think they can refinance and do a workout on a loan to have all of those payments put to the back end of their loan, and then they can basically restart their payments starting on that 4th month as if the other 3 months never happened at all. And the bank's not going to do that. And I would hope if you guys have been through the financial crisis or the financial disaster that happened in 2008, I would hope that you would understand that you cannot trust a bank. They are here for business. They are here to make money. And you are just a number to them, especially the bigger guys, right? The Wells Fargos, the Bank of America, you just have to understand that at the end of the day, these guys will do whatever they have to do to protect their balance sheets, not your balance sheets, okay? So you have to know that first of all. So that is going to be one section of the reason why there's going to be a crash. You're going to have a bunch of people who cannot make their payments, a bunch of foreclosures that's going to happen because of that. And yes, that's what you're going to get. Let's go on to another reason why I believe there's going to be a crash in 2021. Let's talk about values and where values are going when it comes to residential real estate and why are prices rising currently with such high unemployment. And you have to understand just the economics of this, guys. We have one of the lowest interest rate times that is happening right now. So a lot of refinances, a lot of people are thinking this is the time to buy, to get in at these low interest rates, which are driving up the prices of homes, right? You have a small inventory, which means that sellers are trying to get the most out of their sale, which I don't blame them. That's what sellers do. Anybody would do that. But you have a lot of times where you have, 5, 6, 7 bids on one house, making this kind of having this auction effect where individuals are bidding each other higher and higher and higher. And some people are paying $10,000 to $20,000 over the market value of a house. Now, where does this put an individual who thinks that they're getting a very good deal because they say to themselves, I'm willing to pay higher than the market price because the interest rate will absorb the $20,000 extra that I'm putting on this house? What is going to happen when next thing you know, you have this comp situation going on when an appraiser goes out and sees that, oh, wow, this house sold for $20,000 more. And the houses just continue to do that in the same neighborhood. Next thing you know, you will have this highly inflated appraisals, highly inflated values. And when the market comes back, when the interest rates are no longer there, do you see those values plummeting? Yes, they're going to plummet. They're going to plummet very, very hard. And there's a number of ways that can happen. Stock market prices can go down. We can see the true value of the impact from the pandemic when everything kind of comes back. Are all of the jobs that were lost during that time, are they going to come back? Probably not. Not with remote working and all this other stuff. You don't know what the real number is going to be, but I can promise you the real number is going to be lower. It will be lower than it was before the pandemic happened. So hopefully you guys are still following me and I'm not going too deep because I don't want to go too deep in this subject. I could go deeper into this. But let's talk about commercial. Commercial is a pretty simple situation here, guys. I mean, we have Google, we have all of these other companies, these Fortune 500 companies, Twitter, it can go on and on and on. All these huge companies are deciding, guys, that you know what? We don't really need all of these buildings. We don't need to really be leasing all of this office space for our employees. They can work from home and do the exact same thing that they were doing in the office. Matter of fact, they can be more productive when they're at home than they are in these office buildings that we are renting, that we're spending millions and millions of dollars to rent from people. What do you think that's going to do when you have a marketplace that says, you know what? We don't need that office space anymore. You'll start seeing things cut down like the retail sector has on actual stores and going to online only, having inventory in warehouses. You're going to see that same thing happen in the office space sector. You're going to see that happen when it comes to restaurants. A lot of restaurants are going to decide, you know what? I'm going to have a small space for in dining, having people come to the restaurant and sit down and eat, but I'm going to make a lot of my money doing carryouts and deliveries. You're going to start seeing restaurants making that transition because the pandemic has given them a test run to be able to see if these things work in the worst type of situation. Not the best type of situation, guys, the worst type of situation where you're being forced to be in a situation where you can't have dine-in and you can only deliver and carry out. So when these entrepreneurs and these small businesses decide, or these corporations not have to spend millions of dollars and they can save money on everything. Because you gotta wonder, are they gonna see a difference in medical bills and medical insurance, spending money on retail, office supplies? Because you gotta remember, office supplies and stuff will be used in the person's home. The internet, electricity, All of those things will be basically the cost of the individual for working from home. There probably won't be any stipends. Some companies may do stipends. But what I'm trying to say, though, is you're going to see the commercial sector of real estate plummet and values come down. And I have already seen it, guys. I have already seen it. You don't know how many calls I have gotten from clients that had a high value, a $5 million value on a piece of commercial real estate that is now only worth $3 billion because 5 or 6 of their tenants are leaving, and they're permanently leaving. Their businesses are closing, or they have decided to go another route and do business from their home, or do business in a smaller section of the office building. But the point is that values in commercial real estate are reflected upon how much cash flow you have coming into the building. And if you don't have cash flow coming into the building, the value will go down. So, of course, we will see values go down. And then if you've watched my videos, like my California videos, you will see that when big businesses leave and there's no jobs, values will drop also. So you will see some of these areas in California, some of these areas where New Jersey, Illinois, where a lot of the businesses have been hit hard because of taxes and things of that nature, and those jobs are going to neighboring states. The places where the jobs have left, the values will go down. So there will be opportunity there to purchase. Now, at the end of the day, guys, I know I'm not really painting a really rosy picture, but the title of the video is, will there be a real estate market crash in 2021? And I'm trying to give you guys the roadmap to see that there's going to be a crash in both sectors. Now, do any of us know when this is going to happen? No. All of these crashes and things that happen, guys, they happen at the time that most people don't think they will happen. Look at the pandemic. Even though we saw it happen in other countries before, we didn't really know what was going to happen and how it was going to happen and the effect that it would have on us until it actually happened. And that's what's going to happen with the real estate crash. It's going to happen in 2021. It's just going to pop up on us, right? So I'm just saying that if you are an investor, get ready for it. But the one disclaimer I want to give you guys is that when you're investing in real estate, the one thing that you have to do is you just have to understand that it doesn't matter if you're buying in a crash. It doesn't matter if you're buying in a great time. You always look at the numbers. You don't sit here and just hold and wait and wait and wait. If you come across a good deal during good time, you should buy it. If you come across a good deal in the crash, you should buy it. The point is real estate is a numbers game, and don't waste your time waiting on the value to go lower and lower and lower. That's how you lose out on good deals. You lose out on good deals thinking that you're going to get the deal or thinking that right around the corner is going to be a better deal. Don't waste your time doing that. That is not what a good investor does, especially in real estate. Buy when you see good deals at your fingertips and take advantage of those good deals today, not tomorrow. Okay, guys? So once again, if you got value out of this content, please hit the subscribe button, notification, and like button. As always, it helps my channel. I want to say thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks.